Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Mina Rahma Azizah and I am from Group 2. Here, me and my friends want to present about multimodal social semiotic analysis of institutional discourse of a promotional website. Before we start, let me introduce the members of Group 2. The first is me, Mina Rahma Azizah. I will explain about the basic theories part 1, and there is Diana Puspitasari as the second presenter will explain about the basic theories part 2 in more detail and complete with examples. And then there is Aulia Tasya Azkia as the third presenter will explain about multimodal social semiotic of communication and the example of analysis. And then Mima Rifa as the fourth presenter will explain about the methodology, ideological discourses, and then the last presenter, Tia Elvia, will explain the example of analysis of ideological discourses. And now, let's move to the first presenter. As I said before, we will discuss about multimodal social semiotic analysis of institutional discourse of a promotional website. Here we get 3 points. The first is multimodal, the second is social semiotic analysis, and the third is website. Let's start with multimodal. Multimodal is a term that describes how people interact or communicate using several modes at the same time. And it can be described as the simultaneous and in many ways use of many semiotic modes or semiotic events in product design. These modes are blended together to strengthen, complement, or exist in a complex structure. Or you can see that multimodal is concerned with the use of several modes of communication, their relationship, and the ways they are combined in processes of communication and representation. So, in the context of text analysis, multimodal can be interpreted as an analysis technique or analysis procedure that incorporate linguistic analysis techniques and measures, such as systematic functional linguistics or functional grammar with image analysis tools, where the text being evaluated uses 2 modes, verbal and visual. Next is social semiotic analysis. Social semiotic is one of the disciplines that is usually associated with the effort to understand the signs that exist in a particular society. This science is closely related to communication in the sense that both are knowledge to understand how one's communication is carried out. It's just that social semiotics makes social things such as events and so on. Studying this discipline, even if it's just the basic, can help us to understand how to understand social events or social objects that occur between us. The term semiotic comes from the Greek word semeion, which means sign. Judging from the use of words or in terms of terminology, semiotics can be explained as a science that studies a series of objects, events, and the entire culture as sign. Meanwhile, social can be interpreted as something related to human interaction, or it can also be interpreted as something related to society. In other words, social semiotics is the study of a collection of things, events, history, and other aspects of society as a symbol or sign with a specific meaning. Or you can see that Kress 2010 said that social semiotics delves into how meanings are made and structured in process of communication and acknowledges that semiotic acts and products are constituted and shaped through historical, cultural, and social uses of signs. The third is website. As you can see, we have two definitions of website. The first is represent a centrally managed group of web pages containing text, image, and all type of multimedia files presented in an easily accessible way. And then, it is a collection of related material that contains text, images, and may also include video, audio, or other media. So, we can say that a website is a set of pages used to view text information, still or moving image, animation, music, and or a combination of all the above, both static and dynamic, in the form of a series of interconnected buildings, each linked by a network of pages. And now, let's move to the second presenter. She is Diana Puspitasari. Now, this is the conclusion of this presentation. Multimodal social semiotic produce the current communicational site requires the conjunction of concepts and methods from various knowledge areas to account of the ways contemporary societies make meaning. Using multimodal social semiotic produce and grounding our findings in tourism literature from the field of sociology and semiotics. So, we have been able to demonstrate how multimodal communication within genres such as the institutional website works to circulate discourses about the institutional practice of SA. Well, that's all the presentation from our group. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.